In the last 4 minutes of the market on the last trading day, we found an unusual trade on Warner Brothers Discovery stock, ticker symbol WBD, worth $2.8 million, and another secret trade being made that we will reveal at the end of this video. So let's analyze these unusual option activities to find out how wealthy investors and potential insiders are now trading Warner Brothers Discovery stock. Are they bullish and buying or bearish and selling? So that we can also trade in the same direction to make money while the rich are getting richer on Wall Street. Because as we all know, the rich have more access to information, sometimes leaked insider information, to make better financial decisions. No wonder the rich get richer. Now, as we can see from the charts, Warner Brothers stock dropped to a new low last week. And you can see here, August 12 and August 13. And we actually started trading Warner Brothers on these days because we had found some unusual trades happening back then. This is the trade that we found. As you can see here, just August 11, the day before August 12, it was a Sunday, but this is showing the trade that was happening on Friday. These September 27 options, we can see there were 124,000 contracts being traded at the volume for these 7.5 strike calls. And you can see that they were buying these for about $39 each. And so you can see that we also got into the same position for these call options. And you can see that they are now worth twice as much now, $83. And you can see our position here. POS stands for position. Green means buy. And so we originally bought these for about $39 each. And so if you analyze this trade now, you can see that the profit on this profit loss graph, $39 of profit per trade, which is 100% since we spent $39. This graph already takes into account the cost of the trade, because if it had gone down, you can see this is a negative 39. Okay, but it went up. All right, so this is the power of using this type of data to find out how wealthy investors, who could be potential insiders, are trading. Sometimes it may not be inside information, but they do extensive research on stocks. And by following this type of data, we are piggybacking on their financial research. But keep in mind, not all of these unusual trades will be profitable. But as long as we diversify with higher quality stock picks based on this type of data analysis on unusual option activity, then we can become more profitable in the long term. So if you want more stocks wealthy investors and potential insiders are trading, then go to our website.
Visit www.unusualoption.com to join our membership and start your journey to a financial success with a partner you can trust.
We'll also put a link up here where you can gain access to more of our data analysis to increase your probability of profit, and our option strategies to reduce risk in order to increase our profits. Now, what happened in the last 4 minutes of the market? We can see here on the options time and sales tape. At 3:56 p.m., with just 4 minutes left in the market, these options were being traded, 3,500 contracts for the December 20 options at the 8 strike calls and the 8 strike puts. Very unusual to be trading in the last few minutes of the market. And so when we take a look at the option chain to find out what this trade means for these December 20s, we can see here at the 8 strike puts, the volume being traded 5,500, and the open interest was only 2,000, which is less than the 3,500 that were being traded in the last few minutes. So we know these options were opening trades. But for the calls, we can see that there was 7,600 open interest. So it's possible that those 3,500 that were being traded in the last few minutes were closing trades. And that is why this trade is higher risk in comparison to the trades that we share on our website. And so we use position sizing to manage our risk. And so based on our analysis, they were buying the 8-strike calls and clearly selling the 8-strike puts to open. And when we analyze this trade, we can see that this trade is known as a long synthetic strategy. As the share price goes up, these options gain in value. And when we take a look at the delta, you can see that it is very close to 100, which represents 100 shares of the stock. And that is why it is called a synthetic strategy, because it replaces stock but using options instead, because they are selling the 8-strike puts, which means they are willing to own 100 shares at the $8 share price. So we multiply that out and we get a buying power requirement of $800 per contract, selling cash secured puts. And since there was a total of 3,500 contracts, we multiply that out and we get a total trade that required a buying power of $2.8 million, where this wealthy investor is going long bullish on Warner Brothers Discovery stock using options. Now, as we mentioned earlier, there was another secret trade that was being done, and we can show this trade over here. If we move to the August 23rd, we can see that for the January 17 options, notice at the 9-strike calls, 35,000 volume being traded. And there was only an open interest of 1,200. And when you take a look at the updated open interest for these January 17 options at the 9-strike calls, we can see now the open interest has added, meaning those 9-strike calls were being opened. And based on our analysis, they were also buying these 9-strike calls. But as we mentioned, these trades are higher risk in comparison to the trades that we share on our website, where they are lower risk and higher probability of profit based on our analysis of multiple variables in the market. So if you want access to those, we'll put a link to our website up here. Let us know in the comments below. Do you think Warner Brothers Discovery stock will continue to move higher and this has been the bottom, or will we start dropping down even lower? As usual, please smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, take care, and have a wonderful weekend.